So hello guys, welcome back again to Melvintang Games, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to make a complete safe game system for our inventory. So this is a follow-up video for my previous video, so make sure you have watched that first before you watch this video. But actually the system that I'm going to use here are, you can use this everywhere. You can use this in your own project, you can use this in your own system. And by the way guys, I have reached 2.4k subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you for your support, thank you for all of your comments, thank you for all of your suggestion or criticism. I will try my best to fix things on my next video. So yeah, by the way, I have also hosted a new kind of website here. So if you have a money to spare, maybe you can try to support me through this website here. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. So you can click on the link description, you can type your amount, maybe $1. It's up to you guys. It's all for making my channel grow faster. Okay, thank you again for all of your support, and yeah, let's head back to the video. So this is our current progress. So we have this empty inventory. You can pick up an item here. You can take the equipment. When you equip the equipment, you will see that the player is equipped. This is the end result of the system. So you got this fully working inventory system as before. And when you pick up an item here, let's pick up this eggs. Maybe this banana also, and then when you click save, I assign it to keyboard 1 here. When you exit the game and play it again, you will see that the progress has been restored, meaning that the items that are previously in your inventory will not be lost, and you can also see that the objects in the world are destroyed. Yeah, and this also works if you try to drop an item here, or you can try to equip the equipment. And then when you click 1 again to save the game, you exit the game and you play it again, you'll see that everything works perfectly, guys. Even the X is equipped back to the player. And when you try to pick up this banana here, it remains the amount and the item data remains the same as before. And this works for everything. So when you try to drop your objects, okay, it's like that. And also the location, the scale, the rotation, the class also saved. Oh, I forgot to click 1, guys. Oh my god, I forgot to save, guys. I'm sorry. Drop the X. When I click 1 to save the game, you exit the game and replay the game. And now you'll see that the items are restored here. And also your inventory works fine. Yeah, you can download the project in the link description. You can also give comments if you have any questions, or if you encounter any problem, feel free to let me know. I'll do my best to assist you in the comment section below. So yeah, let's start, guys. So I will make a new folder in our blueprint folder here. I will name this safe game. Okay, so basically we're gonna make a new blueprint class of type safe game. I will be naming this SG_safe game. Double click on it to open it in the blueprint editor. So basically this will be the main object where all of your safe data is stored when we save or load the game. Okay, so you can put anything you want here, but actually to make it a bit more tidier and a bit more organized, I would say, we can make the data as a separate structure. So you can create a new structure here by right clicking on the folder here, go on blueprint and struct. I'll name this struct_safe game data. Okay, open that up. You can store anything you want inside this struct, like player location, object transform, inventory items, quest progress, basically anything that you can think of that represent the current state of your game, or the one that you want it to be saved on the save game. But in this video, I'm going to save 3 data. The first one is the inventory slot data, of course. So we want because we want to save our inventory slots. So the type of this is gonna be the inventory slot data, not the inventory item, but the slot data, and make it an array. Also check the save game here to make it serialized, so it will be recognized by the engine that this variable is going to be on the save game list. Okay, and the next one, I'm gonna make it as the player location, so which means that it needs to be on the vector here. Make it a single variable. I'll name this last player location. Okay, so we currently have 2 data. The first one is the inventory slot data, which will save and store your inventory slots, and the next one is a player location, which will set your player location on the saved location here. And the next one we want to handle is all of the objects here. It needs to be destroyed whenever you pick up an item. And it has to be spawned back if you have dropped an item. So we have to make another structure for that. So you're gonna right click again, go to the blueprint structure. I will name this struct underscore world object safe. Double click on it, and I will utilize what is called object GUID. So object GUID means that each instance of your actor, each one of this will get a unique ID, so you can differentiate between each object, and the engine knows which object that it is currently working on. So it's gonna be a GUID here. Okay, so I will name this object GUID. Okay, very nice. And the next one is actor class. Class reference, actor class. The next one is the item data. And next one is the actor transform. Actor transform. Add another one. This will be a boolean. Is picked up. Okay, next one is gonna be an integer. Amount. And the item ID, which is a string. Yeah, so why I add so many things here? So this structure will belongs to each object that are placed in the world or the object has been picked up. So it will be stored here. So I just copy the properties from the item master. Like you have the item ID, the amount, the item data structure, and also I want to save the location, right? So we can spawn it back into the level when we drop it. And also we have to store the class, which is the actor class itself, and the GUID. So this is pretty interesting, guys. So GUID stands for globally unique identifier. It's basically a super long, like as you can see here, the value is so long. It's like a unique string of letters and numbers that guarantees that two objects, even with the same type of this, will not have the same ID. Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? So this is a very powerful tool as an identifier in Unreal Engine 5. So you can use this anywhere you want, not just for a safe game. It could also be for object identification and something like that. Okay, so yeah, we can save this. Go back to our save game data. And now we add our last variable here. Is the saved world object. It's gonna be type the struct world object save and make it an array. Okay, now we can go back to our SG save game and we can add a new variables here. Okay, this will be the saved game data. Let's type struct save game data and make sure to check the instance editable here and go to the advanced tab and check the save game. Okay, let's compile. Now we are ready on our save game object. Okay, so for the next one, I will be making a new blueprint interface. So go back to our blueprint save game here. I'll right click here and make a new blueprint interface. I'll name this BI underscore save game. So double click on it. We will have several functions here. The first one is on pre-save, and this function will run before you save the game. So each object that are subscribed into this interface will be able to save its data into the save game. Yeah. So on game loaded and on game saved. On the on pre-save here, it has one input. Okay, it's gonna be the initial save game object. Save game object struct save game data, and the outputs, it's gonna be output save game struct. It's gonna be the same type, and the next one is a boolean implemented. Yeah, so this will be very useful. I I will show you why we use the boolean here. And then on the on game loaded, it's gonna have two inputs. The first one is has save game, and the next one is save game structure. This is the loaded game data. And on the on game save, we're gonna make one input, type boolean, game saved successfully. Okay guys, so yeah, that's for our interface. So basically why I create an interface is because like any actor or components that implements this interface can respond when we save or load the game. This means that we don't need to hardcode every object. We don't need to iterate for all game objects in the world, but they just need to implement the interface and they are ready to go, guys. So it's pretty easy and straightforward. And now I have to find a way that where we will be handling our save and load functions. So my best way to do it is to make a game instance, guys. So yeah, let's make a game instance. Actually, you can do this in your player or in your player controller, but I would suggest you to use game instance because it persists all on every level in your games. I'm gonna type game instance, choose this one and select. I'll name this GI_game instance. By the way, GI stands for game instance. You double click on it, but before this, you're gonna go to the edit project settings. Okay, go to maps and modes, go down a bit and change the game instance class to be the GI_game instance. Don't forget to set this, otherwise it won't work. So yeah, please double check this one if you found the game instance is not working. Okay, compile that. On the game instance here, I'm gonna make several functions. The first one is the save game, load game, okay, spawn dropped actors, set player location, and the final one is find item with GUID. Okay, so we have these 5 functions that we can implement. Now let's work on the save game first here. So on here you can create a save game object, choose the SG_save game, and on the return value here I will promote this to a local variable SG_save game reference. And now we have to make a new variable here, save game data. This will be type the save game data. Okay, and then after we set the reference here, I want to clear the object, hold control and get it. You can break it here. So I'm gonna clear the save root object first. This to make sure that the dropped items don't get duplicated. So now to get the actors that implements the interface, we have to run a get all actor with interface, and the interface is gonna be the BI_save game. And for the out actors here, we're gonna run a for each loop. Okay, out actors go into the array here, and we have to run on pre-save. Type on pre-save message, log that in. And now for the initial save game object, it's gonna be the save game data here. Okay, and for the output here, we're gonna set the save game data to this one based on the output here, but we first have to check if it has been implemented or no. Okay, so we're gonna run a very simple branch. Okay, just like that. But actually this codes right here will only works on the actors itself, but since we have our inventory blueprint components, we have to do that separately. So in each of the actors here, we're gonna run again another for each loop. From here, from the array element here, I'll get the components by interface, and for the interface it's gonna be the BI_save game. So this will get all of the components inside this actor right here. If you add the component into the player's class, so it will get the components with the interface on the player object, on the player actor. And then on the return value here, I'm gonna make a for each loop, hold F and click, and I'll do basically the same one. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this from this one and just paste it like that. Okay, just array element here to the message, plug that in. And yeah, now we have to save our game. So we have retrieved our data to save from the actors and all of the components. So I will make a comment here maybe. Okay. So each actors that implements
the BI underscore save game will control which data or will control or add their data into the save game data.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty clear. So on completed here, we're gonna save the game. So I'm gonna get the save game reference from this one, the create save game object, and now we can set the save game data. This is from the SG save game, this variable right here. Make sure you have it, and on completed here, just plug that in. And for the save the game data, it is gonna be the save game data from the game instance. So we have set it on every actors that implements the interface. So yeah, it will be stored into this variable, and now we can save it. And the last thing to do is we have to save game to slot. So we're gonna type save game to slot. The save game object is gonna be the save game reference. The slot name, I will promote this to a variable. I'll maybe name this save game slot. You can also use a user index if you have multiple slots in your game, but in this video I'm just going to use one. So for the save game slot here, set the default value maybe to save data. You can use anything you want, but I'm gonna use this for now. And then the last call that we have to do is the on game saved. Okay, so from the return value here, I'm gonna run a branch. So when it's completed, actually we don't need to run a branch, we can just directly use the message. So I will copy everything here, paste it down here, and instead of the on pre-save, I'm gonna delete this. Okay, I'm gonna call the on game saved message. Okay, on the save successfully, you plug this back into the return value. Do the same here. Also, I'm gonna delete this, has game saved, plug this in there, save successfully, plug this back into the save game to slot return values. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this. This will call all
actors that implement the interface. Gonna call the on game save function to all actors in the interface.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. And I'll also gonna comment this out, save game to slot. Yeah, so that's for our save game function. Then compile. Now let's work on our load game. Okay, so first we have to run a does save game exist. The slot name is gonna be the save game slot here. And let's make a branch. If it doesn't exist, we have to call each actors the on game loaded here, and I will make this unchecked, the has save game. Okay, so let's do that. So it's gonna be a simple one. So we're gonna get all actors with interface bi underscore save game, and for each loop, for each actor here, I'm gonna call the on game loaded message has save game, make it unchecked. Also, I'm gonna from this one, from the array element here, I will get component by interface. Okay, the interface is gonna be same bi save game, run a for each loop again. I'm just gonna copy it from this one, just like that. Okay, so basically this will call all actors and all components if the save game does not exist. I'm gonna comment this out. The save game does not exist. Now let's work on the true. Call load game from slot. Okay, the slot name is again gonna be the save game slot here, and the return value I'm gonna cast this to a BP to SG save game. Now we got our save game object here. We can get the saved game data. Now we can set it back into our save game data on our game instance. So we're gonna hold Alt, drop it right there, and put this in there. Okay, and we're gonna get we're gonna copy all of this. We're gonna copy this and paste it here. But this time I'm gonna make this true, the has save game, and I'm gonna set the loaded game data to be the save game data from the game instance. From this one, okay? Yeah, so basically that's it for the load game. Maybe we could try this out first before we handle the actor spawning system. So yeah, we can compile. Now you can go into our inventory component here, click on the class settings and implement the interface here, click on add. It's gonna be the bi_save game. Gonna click on the interface here. You're gonna see 3 new functions has been appeared here. So you can click on it to implement the event, or you can right click and choose implement event right here. So you're gonna have to set all of this. You can also double click on the on pre-save here. So why the on pre-save is on a different function while the other 2 is you can implement it as an event. That's because the on pre-save has the output which you have to set it back to the game instance. Yeah, right? So it has to be on a different function. Yeah. So let's work on our inventory component here first. So on the on pre-save here, the initial game object you just have to set. So I'm gonna grab the save game data here, type set members in struct save game data. Okay, plug that in and just plug the struct out back into the output here. And now you can go to the details panel and expand this default category, check the inventory slot data. And for this one, it's gonna be the inventory slots from your inventory component. Gonna get that and just plug that in. Very simple, guys. Don't forget to check the implemented checkbox here. Make it to true. Now compile, and now you can go back into the event graph. Now you're gonna have to handle the on game loaded. So if it has the save game, you're gonna set the inventory slots array here into the. You can break the structure from here. Plug this into the true, and just plug the inventory slot data. Just like that, but we have to work on the initialized slots here. So my workaround is to check if the inventory slots is empty. So if it's empty, we can add a new slot into the inventory slots array and initialize all of the slots. And I will go back into the event graph. I will unplug this in from the event begin play because we're gonna use it in the on game loaded instead. I'm gonna copy this, and on the false here, plug it into the initialized slot. That's pretty much it. Now we can try to compile, and don't forget to go into the player character. So third person blueprint, third person character here. Also implement the same interface. We're gonna go to class settings, add a new implement interface here, bi save game, and you're gonna see 3 new functions appears on your blueprint tabs here. You're gonna implement all of the function there. Just double click on every functions here, and on pre-save here, I'm gonna again set the members in struct this save game data, and I'll check the last player location. Okay, just plug this back in, check the implemented and last player location. This is gonna be the get actor location. Oops, sorry, not that one. So get actor location. So it will save the current player location into the save game data, and it will return back into the game instance. Okay, let's go back into our event graph, and on our on game loaded here, again I'll check for if it has the save game, and I'll break the data from the struct save game data. And on the last player location here, I will set the actor location of this character to be the new location. Is gonna be the last player location. Just check the teleport one. Okay, so we can compile and try to play the game, guys. And oh, I forgot to make a shortcut key to save the game. So you can use anything you want. You can use a bat like a Minecraft, or you can use a typewriter like in Resident Evils. But I'm gonna use a simple key shortcut. So you're gonna go to the third person character here. Actually, I'm just gonna do it in the level blueprint. So you're gonna go back to the level, click on this and open the level blueprint, and I'll just type 1 here and search for the keyboard events number 1 here, and on the on pressed I will get the game instance. So I'm gonna get game instance and cast this to the GI_game instance. Sorry, cast to GI_game instance, and I will just save the game, something like that. And I'll also make another key, maybe 2 here. This is just for the delete. So I'm gonna delete game in slot, and the slot name is gonna be the save data, or you can take, I'm just gonna take it. So just copy paste this one. So I want to really avoid hard-coded strings. So yeah, so from here we're gonna get slot data. Just plug that in. Delete game in slot. Now we can compile, try to play the game, and as you can see that the inventory slot is not initialized yet here. So we have to address that first before we move on. So I'm gonna try to see which one causes the issue. Oh, okay, we have to go back into our third-person map here, and I'll make event begin play. On event begin play here, we're just gonna copy the game instance there and call the load game function. Okay, compile, go click play. You'll see that the inventory slots has been initialized in empty, and whenever you take an item and it show up in the inventory here, let's take another item, for example this one right here, and when you click 1 it will save the game. Okay, and we can now try to close the game and open it again. You'll see now all of the items appear back into your inventory, which is what we want, guys. Yeah, right. And even the player position is also got restored. So I will try to move up like here. Click 1 to save the game, and click play here. You'll see that the player is teleported to this position, his last position, and also the items appear back into the inventory. Yeah, so it works perfectly. Now we have to handle the objects here. So like if we pick up an actor, if we pick up the object, it will destroy the actor and it will not be spawned back into the level. So I'm gonna go to the one of the item there. I'm gonna click on this one to open the parent, which is the BP item master. So for the item master here, I'm just gonna go to the class settings and import and implement the interface. BI save game and compile. Now you got 3 functions appear on your left panel here. Okay, and instead of we use the destroy actor, we have to change this to what is called a fake destroy actor mechanism. So it actually used widely in other games as well. So because the destroy actor node here will really destroy the actor and it will remove the actor reference from the memory. We still want to keep the data, especially the GUID of the item. So yeah, maybe we can change that to what is called a fake destroy. So I'm gonna create a new function here. I'll name this fake destroy actor. And then from here, I'm just gonna set the actor collision enable here. Set actor enable collision to false. And set actor hidden in game to true. And one more, set actor tick enable to be false. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a new variable here. I'm gonna name it is picked up. So whenever the player picked up this item, I will set this to true. The object will not be spawned back in the level and it will be destroyed. Especially for the one that we have set it fixed in the level right here. So we're gonna go back to the fake distractor. I'm gonna set the is picked up boolean to true. Something like that. So we're gonna compile, go back to the event graph, and on the on component begin overlap here, I'm just gonna call the fake destroy actor like that. Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of the distractor.
Instead of destroy actor, we want to use a fake destroy function.
Now we can start implementing our interface functions. Double click on everyone. And on the on pre-save here, again do the same one. We're gonna set the members here and put it in the output right there. Check the save through object here. and we're gonna break from the initial save game object, and the save world object I'm gonna add unique. Actually I will use the add one here. Alright, so just like that. Okay, I think I have to make another revision here. So we're gonna go back into the save game data. So instead of it just have the world data here, it's gonna be very hard to identify the object GUID of this data because it is inside the structure, right? So we have to run a for each loop for every array here and check if the GUID match the target GUID that we want to access. So we're gonna make it as a map, and for the first map here is gonna be the GUID, and the second one is gonna be the world object save. Yeah, gonna save. Now go back to the item master here. Okay, and on the saved world objects here I'm gonna type add. So you're gonna have to add 2 pins here. Okay, and here check the save world object again, and I'm just gonna set it to this one. Okay, so check the implemented here. Now we have to add all of this. So for the key here, which is the GUID, I'm just gonna get the actor GUID. This is the built-in variable from Epix. And for the next one here, I'm just gonna make it. So make struct world object save. The object GUID is gonna be the GUID here. Actor class is get class. Yeah. Oops, sorry, not this one. Maybe you're gonna get a reference to ourselves first, and we can get the class. Yeah. Item data is gonna be the item data structure. Actor transform, get the actor transform, and is picked up. Set the boolean there. Amount, set the boolean there, and the item ID is gonna be the item ID from your variable. So like that. So we just pass every variable that we have inside the item master here to the map, and it will be passed back into the game instance. So make sure you check the implemented boolean there. Compile. Now you have to work on the on games loaded here. If it has the save game. Oh yeah, by the way, why do I make the on game saved function, but I haven't even used it once? It's just for, like, let's say if you want to make a UI like a game saved or something like that, you can use that. You can use this as the callback function for that. So go back to on game loaded here, and we'll handle the actor destroy here. So I'm gonna go here and break the structure, and from here I'm just gonna find from the map here into the actor GUID. Okay, run a boolean check there. Okay, maybe we can combine this into an AND gate. So type AND to boolean, change to the condition, plug this in and plug this in. Maybe I'm gonna plug the hash save game first and then the find result there. Plug that into the branch. Okay, and then if it found it, we're gonna break it again here. And is picked up. If it's true, I will fake destroy actor, and yeah, basically that's it. We can try to compile and play the game. Okay, we got some compilation error in the game instance. It's because we haven't set back the map data. So okay, it's here. So instead of clearing the array, we should clear the map. So just do that. Very simple. Yeah, so all things happen, guys. If you want to refactor your code during your development, it's pretty normal, guys, for each programmer to do that. Yeah, right? So don't afraid of making changes on your code. If it's on the positive side, you always want to choose that because you want to write a good clean code. And if you can see that, I commented all of the code blocks here, and which is part of the clean code implementation. Okay, now let's test the game. Okay, maybe I'll pick up this apple here. these 2 apple, and I will click 1 to save the game. Exit. Now we click play. Okay, now the actors disappeared from the level. Actually, it's not disappeared, guys. It's just fake destroying it. So yeah, we still have the reference into the for the objects, but we will not see it in the world. If you ask me that, how about the performance of this one? Actually, it has been used in many games. The system has used in many games, so I think the performance is not that really big of a deal, and it's also only heavy on like the first frame of the when you run the game, and it's not like a run time or every tick there. Yeah, so basically it works now, but when you try, I would try to delete the game first. I'm gonna press 2 on the keyboard and gonna escape it and go back play, and all things will be reset. When you try to pick up the item, and whenever you drop an item and you click save, play it again, as you can see that the item disappeared from our inventory, but it's not appearing in the level. So that's what I'm going to address next. Yeah, so to fix that, I'm gonna use the function that we have built inside our game instance. Where is it? Oh, game instance. Go onto the spawn drop put actors. Yeah, so we're gonna get our save game data here, break it. I will get the key of this map, which will be the GUIDs. I will also get the values. Run a for each loop for the key here, not the values. I'm gonna make a readout node to make it more readable. And I'm gonna call the find item with GUID. So we're gonna make this function first. So you're gonna click that. So this is gonna be a very simple find algorithm there. We're just gonna get the IL actor of class. The class is gonna be the BP item master, because we just allowed the player to drop the item master class, right? So I'm just gonna run a for each loop with break and make a branch. And the actor GUID I'm just gonna get from the array element here. Get actor GUID. If it's equal to the, okay, we have to make an input, so just gonna drag from this into the input node. Just gonna call this like GUID to find. Make a reroute node. Okay, and if it's found it, maybe I'll make a and boolean here to just check if it's not has been picked up. So we're gonna get the is picked up, not boolean. And next, make a sequence. I hold S and click, and on the then 0 here, I'm gonna plug this break into the break. Okay, so it will stop all of the for each loop after it finds the target corresponding actor GUID. So on the then 1 here, I'm gonna make a new output. So we're gonna click on the function here, click plus on the outputs there, and I'm gonna make this one as a valid, and the next one is the actor reference. So it's gonna be the actor reference. Okay, makes it valid and plug the actor reference into the array element. And on the uncompleted here, meaning that it doesn't find anything, so just gonna return the value, return the node, and leave this unchecked. Go back to our spawn dropped actors here, plug this into the loop body. Array element goes to the GUI find, and on the valid here, run a branch. Okay, now we have to find the one from the values. So you're gonna get from values. Actually, we don't need the values here. We're just gonna delete it. Just gonna need the keys. And from this, I'm gonna find the array element here. And it has to be found, so I'm gonna get another branch. Oh, maybe I'm gonna use an AND gate here. So AND boolean, plug it right there if it's valid, and if it's found the object reference, the save data here. So we're gonna break from this one, from the find here. It's gonna output this all of the data here that we can use. I'm sorry guys, it has to be not valid instead of valid. So I'm gonna run a not boolean here. Plug that in. Why do we need to make it as an invalid? Because we don't want the these actors right here to be spawned back. We just want it. If it's not in the level yet, we're gonna spawn it back. And okay, and we're gonna make another branch on the true there. Plug the is picked up. We're gonna make on the false here. Okay, so we're gonna spawn the actors from class. The class is gonna be the actor class, and transform is the actor transform. I'm gonna cast this to a BP item master. I'm just gonna set several variables. So set item data structure. This is actually the same as we did in the drop item functionality. Okay, set the amount and set the item ID. And I'm gonna initialize the item data structure. Alright, so on the item data structure here, this is gonna be the item data. Amount is gonna be the amount here. Item ID gonna be the item ID from that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Now we can compile. Go back into our third-person map level here, your level blueprint. After it just load the game, we can call the spawn dropped actors. Compile and play. And now it appears back into the level. Let's say I picked up this item and I drop all of my apples, all of my items there, including my eggs, and we can save it. Click 1 and to save, and stop the game, play back the game again, and now we see that the actors spawned back into the level with the correct data and the amount, and so on. So yeah, it's working perfectly fine. And now the last thing that we have to address is the equipment system part here. So when you try to equip the X here and equip the helmet, when you click save, click 1 and stop the game, play the game back again, you'll see that the X and helmet are not equipped back into the player. So yeah, we're gonna fix that. It's gonna be a very simple fix for that. So I'm gonna go back into our UI inventory slot here.
Even graph.
On the on mouse button up here, which is the click on item used here, maybe I would like to separate this into another function. I'm just gonna copy all of this, Alt Control X, make a new function, consume item, paste it right there, and instead of the inventory slot data, I will just directly set the struct item data into the input. Can delete this and use the same for all of the here. You can delete that and change it to the item data structure. Okay, I'm gonna make it a bit more tidy. I'm gonna comment this out. Use consumable, and this one is for the equipment. And now we have to set it to the inventory slot data in our inventory component. And actually I left this empty, I guess. No, I don't know. From the third person character here, I'm gonna get the inventory component. Yep, like that. I'm gonna get the inventory slots, and I will get a reference, not a copy. Again, get a reference. And from the index here is gonna be the inventory slot data. Break struct pin slot index, plug it right there, and now we can set the members in struct inventory slot data. And from this, I'm gonna check the item data and plug the item data into the inventory slot data. Okay, plug this in there and plug this back into here. So yeah, we have to set the struct reference here to be the input. So we're gonna get the struct item data input here, plug that into the set members here. Don't forget, guys, you have to be precisely exactly the same as what I did here. Now let's go back to the on mouse button up on the item used here. Call the consume item from the struct item data here. It's gonna be the item inventory slot data. Break and set the item data. Okay. One thing to note that this one. And go back to the consume item here, and on this part right here, we have to pass this in as an input. I'm gonna tell you why later on. So you're gonna hold Alt and click on the node here to disconnect all of the pins. And for the is equipment equipped, I'm gonna plug this into as the input of the function. Okay, now we can call this anywhere. So get is equipment equipped and just plug it right there. Okay, I'm just gonna use it also here. Yeah, so instead of doing this, it's a bit hard-coded and it will depends on the variable. You can delete that. Okay, now it's much more cleaner. Go back into the on mouse button up and is equipment equipped. This will be on the item data here, and is equipment equipped, not boolean, because we're gonna use this function inside ours during our load game. It's very tiring, guys, so please give a like, give a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Okay, so let's go back into our inventory component. Now we just have to call the consume item on the on game loaded here. Just have to run a for each loop, get a branch, and from the array element here, break it if it's not empty. Let's call a not boolean there. Make another branch. Gonna get the break the item struct data there. And if it's equipped, so if the equipment equipped there, maybe I could make this again into the same branch. So make an and boolean, not boolean, and plug that in. Okay, and for this we're gonna have to get the owner. Has this to the third person character. Owner means that the owner of this component, which is the player character, right? So I'm just gonna get the player HUD reference. Get the inventory UI reference, and get the inventory slots because we want to access the function inside the slot. If you assign the consume item or the item consuming system in another class, you could also access it right here, so it doesn't have to be like I did here. It depends on your system of workflow. But if you follow the same implementation that I did in my previous video, it will be the same as what I did here. Okay, so inventory slots, get the copy here. Index is gonna be the one from here, slot index. Okay, and then I'm gonna call the consume item. Just like that, guys. Is equipment equipped, make this true, and for the struct item game data, put this into the where is it item data, sorry, I'm so sleepy, guys. So I can comment this out and equipment equipments. And the last thing we have to check is the player HUD here. Maybe we can try to play the game first. Compile and play. Let's try to equip this X and helmet. Click 1 to save. Play it again, and it doesn't. Okay, we got another problem here. The equipped sign here actually is active, but the player does not equip the equipment. So, oh, okay, we got an error here. Okay, so let's trace it, and I click on one of this. Okay, I think it's not valid. Oh, I know. Okay, so let's go back into the player HUD event graph. Here, this is the problem, guys. So I think we could remove the delay here. Plug that in. Now we can try to compile and play the game again. Okay, it still won't equip, and you can still get the error here. Okay, so let's try to add a delay here just before the for each loop. Make a 0.2 second delay, and yeah, let's try it. And now it works, guys. So yeah, now we have successfully created our own safe game system. So you can try to drop an item here, there, or drop your helmet there. Click 1 to save the game. Replay the game, and now you will see that all of the dropped items remains in the level. And when you pick up it again, let's say you move to another place here. Click 1 to save. Stop the game and play the game back again. Now you will see you're in the top position here, and all of the items are restored back into your inventory. So yeah, maybe that's it for this video. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe. This video took me several hours to complete, to do some research and to implement it by myself first. And yeah, so I hope you guys got something from this video. Maybe I'll make another video on how to implement a hotbar system, maybe a chest system. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe. I also hosted a new webpage in the Buy Me a Coffee. If you got any spare money, you can feel free to donate me. So yeah, I think I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.